All right, good evening, everyone. It's your girl, Miss Sophia the Diva, and you might hear Miss Pumpkin smacking in the background. I don't know why she's doing it. She's just sitting here looking all dignified and smacking. Thank you, my pumpkin. Mm. Oh, my boo boo. But anyways, we are here to do the live review and discussion of Oprah Winfrey's latest project. And I'm going to try to keep up with this series. I wish I'd done it with Greenleaf because Greenleaf was so good. So good. And I hope y'all can see me. I'm too lazy to go upstairs right now. I'm on my laptop downstairs here. Usually the light from the background of the laptop illuminates. There we go. We got a little bit more light. Let's talk about Queen Sugar. First of all, tonight's episode had me crying. There were two things that really got to me and got under my skin. There is nothing worse than the loss of a loved one. That's for sure. And and then having that absentee parent that will tell you they're coming and they don't come. For whatever reason, but in this case, it was a justifiable reason. Oprah Winfrey on her own channel has brought to life Queen Sugar, which from my understanding is actually a book. I believe I ordered that book. I don't know if it was Sugar or Queen Sugar. I don't know. So the first episode premiered last night, and it was kind of a slow burn. It was kind of introducing you to the various characters that we may see for a period of time. It opens up with I forgot her real name just that fast. Rotina. Either way, she was on True Blood. If you ever watched True Blood, she was on True Blood. And then she wakes up. The scene opens with her waking to this very handsome white man. Who we learn later on in the episode is not as available as he appeared while sleeping in her bed. I was like, girl, you gonna mess around and get a call from Shirley, Barbara, okay? Hello, Barbara, this is Shirley. Or however that song go, woman to woman. And then we have this beautiful, well sculpted, chiseled, chocolate man, Ralph Angel Baudelaire. He has a troubled past. We still don't know why he went to prison, but for whatever reason, he has a son. So apparently he wasn't in prison that long because the little boy knows who his daddy is, and his family had custody of his child. And he wants to give his child the world, but unfortunately he can't afford to do that. So when we open up in this episode, he robs the daggone grocery store. Now, I don't know if if the little white girl working back behind the counter at the little convenience store knew him and was just giving him the money or what, because he was like, give it to me. And she was like, give you what? And he was like, don't play with me, all right, give me the money. And I was like, and then she was like, I saw your face. And then he took off running. And then it's broad daylight when he does this, but because of the way the convenience store is, you think it's nighttime. So come to find out, of course, he's stealing to pay back debts and also to try and make amends. But it's hard when you've been a felon and trying to do right, and the world just says, no, we're going to continue to punish you, even though allegedly you paid your debt to society when you went to prison and then got out. But I digress. We see Glenn Turman. Everyone knows him as Colonel Taylor. Or you remember him from Cooley High back in the day. He's an older, salt and pepper gray man working as a janitor, and, everybody seems to love him. And then you find out later on he's the daddy, and you tear up a little because you know what's going to happen. That's why it's Queen Sugar. Everybody going to show up and for the funeral. But we don't know what happens to him. We don't know if he just dies in his sleep or what's going to happen. And I will tell y'all a little story. When back in the day, for the NAACP Image Awards 2007, At that particular time, I worked for Variety, and Variety was a sponsor. I worked in sales. I worked on the sales side. I worked in sales and marketing, but I worked on the sales side, and we got tickets, and we had the best time ever. Glenn Turman stole the Variety table. Okay. And I'm laughing because it was so funny because we're like, we know we have a reserved table. We're VIP at this after party. Where the hell is our table? So Glenn Turman and us, wife, they were there, and we just had a great time laughing and talking to him. So he's such a nice man, and I don't know if you'll ever see this video, but I'll never forget you. You and Thelma Hawkins made that night very special for me and my friends because you guys were so nice to us. Yes, girl, that Ralph Angel Borderline, honey, and he born in 1994, Diva. Girl, he is a baby. I said, oh God, he's younger than my little brother. Oh, Jesus. Who he is of his family's origins are from Ghana. I said this might explain my attraction. I have a thing for those West Africans, apparently. Anyway, let's see what else happens because I'm looking at my Twitter, my tweets. That's how I know what's going on. I guess Mr. Ernest Borderland had 3 kids, and we met Nova at the beginning of the episode. We meet Ralph Angel Borderland, and then we meet Charley, who's living the lifestyle that every woman wants. Money, cars, jewelry, a good-looking man. That man is good-looking. Now, usually I don't go for the light skin, but baby, that man is a tall drink of water. I was like, yes, please. How you doing? But he is dirty, 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 dirty. So they're living this nice and lavish life. And, you know, she's trying to keep her son, they have a son, grounded, but he just continues to indulge. And he has to tell her, look, babe, this is our life. And I was like, I know that's right, because, honey, I'm all about teaching kids responsibility. Girl, drop him off down to the Boys and Girls Club or something. But ain't nothing wrong with being spoiled every now and then. Just teach them responsibility, and they'll be okay. She meets up with some homegirls on Sunset Strip. I guess that's what it was. Shit, I don't know. And they apparently, it sounds like they trying to get her to do a reality show, Basketball Wives. And then all of a sudden, that's when the scandal breaks. Baby, sex scandal. Everybody up. I guess now everybody got to exploit that rape thing. I guess her husband like Kobe Bryant or something. Y'all remember that? People forget about that. I'm like, yeah, but Kobe was accused of raping someone. But because I think they found about 3 different sperms from men inside of this woman that he allegedly raped, it was just kind of easy for Kobe to kind of glide off, and they kind of swept that under the rug, and now he's still one of the greatest players that ever played the game. So I think this is kind of like what's going to happen to Mr. Davis as he does play for, I forgot, what is it called, the LA Galaxy or whatever they're calling themselves. But before we get there, you know, I guess these 2 basketball wives find out that their men are involved in this sex scandal where this woman is alleging that she was raped by them. Okay. So, and I'm like, girl, don't do it. Charley gets a phone call from her dad. You know, it's obvious that something is going on with him and that something is stressing him. And like she can hear it and she offers money. But what he really wanted was for his baby girl to come home. Let me tell y'all something. When a parent or someone says, can you come home? Can you make time for me? Or if someone crosses your mind, call them. Go see them if you can. Oh, here I go. I don't even know if I can get through this review without crying. I'm so sensitive. But go home. Call them. Go see them. Pick up the phone. I have a regret about that too. I have an aunt that passed away my 2nd semester of law school, and I remember I came home probably in December, January. Things were kind of awkward, and I wish now I had gone, but I have my memories. And my fabulous sense of fashion, especially when it comes to accessorizing. And giving away stuff, too. She taught me that. But we see this this cute little boy, Blue, which, you know, of course, is Ralph Angel's son, as it turns out. We don't know the story of how his family has custody of him, but um, he is so cute. And his teacher, I think her name is Miss Valdez. We need more teachers like that. That was beautiful. He's like, no one's going to come to my party. And she was like, well, I'll come to your party. And so she said, you go tell everybody too. And so he goes and tells her, now everyone's going to come to Blue's party. He is absolutely adorable. His manager was on Twitter and she was tweeting. She was like, this is my client. And I said, girl, he is adorable. That little face right there, I don't know. He probably could get, you know, a couple of dollars out of me and a trip to Disneyland or something. Because, you know, kids, I just love them. They're awesome. So he's so adorable. And, you know, then there's a discussion about this party that he wants, and Pop Paul is going to make it happen, okay? And then, you know, Ralph Angel, his character is so torn because I don't know what Ralph Angel's story is, and I'm curious to know because he's so trying to keep his son grounded and protect him. And I get that, but, you know, he let him be a kid. Because the funniest part about this party, there's an Auntie Vi, or Aunt Violet, and her man Hollywood, as he calls himself. There was a point when he came by, because I guess they were watching his son, and he was trying to give him money. Hollywood was like, I don't want your money. I was like, damn, don't nobody want his money, because when he went to go visit his daddy, when he was out there measuring the land and stuff, he was trying to give it, he was like, where you get that money from? I'm like, damn, don't nobody want no money from you, because they know it's probably dirty. They know it's dirty. So, then I guess something came up about Blue's mom, and I hate to tell you this, Ralph Angel, but no matter how bad off Mama is, Mama could be drunk, on the floor, passed out, drugged out, and guess what? That little boy would still love his mama no matter what. Children are going to always want their mama. It's that umbilical cord factor, I believe. Because we'll always want our mama, no matter how bad mama might do you. You'll always want your mama. And that's just a fact. Because I had friends that had moms that were, you know, social services had come in to take them away from their mom, who was just laying there drunk out her mind, and they just wanted to stay up under their mom. So it happened. So I hope Ralph Angel comes around and realizes that, you know, Blue needs his mom. He needs his mom. Maybe she is going to be on straight and narrow. I believe in her. I believe in Blue's mama. So we learned that there's a scandal. Davis West immediately denies that he had anything to do with this alleged rape that his teammates. This is a whole starting lineup. There's a big issue because he only has a few more years to play. Turns out that Charley, his wife, is his manager, and you know, they have this fairy tale love story where everything was perfect and great, and he paid for her education, and they fell in love. They were Phi Beta Kappa people, which is an honor society. I didn't make that. I tried, but my sophomore year took me out, honey. I was so sick my sophomore year, I didn't know what to do. And at the end of the day, I was probably taking too many credit hours. Maybe taking 18. I think one semester I was taking 18 credit hours, and one semester I took 21 credit hours, and my GPA suffered tremendously. But either way, she got blessed. And let's see. Baby, that that view in LA that they have on their property they use. And I was like, see, I don't know what I got to do to get that, but I need that. Even if it is in Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas, okay? Because I can't afford to live out here. Y'all know we done talked about that before. But if I was like, you know, clocking maybe $10 million a year, I would buy a property up there and have that view with the infinity pool and all that. It was so beautiful. It makes you almost not want to leave LA, even though you're trying to get out of LA. Oh, that's just me. Okay, let me get back on task. I think the teacher and Ralph Angel gonna hook up because they were awfully chummy at this birthday party. the tragedy strikes at this party. I said, this little boy's birthdays is never going to be the same. His favorite person died. Pop Pop. He gone. Well, he wasn't gone then, but the little girl that he had been playing with, she was like, are you asleep? Are you awake? Help! Somebody get help! And I was like, oh, Lord, this child had found this old man dead. But thank God he didn't die right then and there. Girl, I know I want me a man like Mr. West, too. I don't think Deji can carry me. He probably could if he made a real effort, but I'm 5'11" and he's 6'1", girl. I don't know. I don't know. So meanwhile, Mr. Ernest, Pop, he done suffered a stroke. Not to mention things are falling apart out west for his baby girl, Charley. During the game, they all family time, chummy, everything is popping champagnes and bottles. Davis West is still in the clear, honey, until all them tweets and texts and alerts went off like a damn Amber Alert. You're a rapist! You're a rapist! Everybody was hollering in the arena. She finds out what's going on. Honey, she checked out and pulled a Bernadine waiting to exhale, walked out on that damn court. It was like, what did you do? What did you do? And then next time you see her, she don't know her daddy on life support damn near, honey. She just a hot mess. Her son Micah trying to wake her up. She done probably took some Xanax or something, honey. I said, hell, did she try to commit suicide? Girl, it ain't that bad. Shit, you knew he... Let me tell y'all something. I don't know. But there are certain males I don't like to mess around with. Traveling musicians, athletes, ministers, who else? I think that's it. Maybe even actors too. Shit, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Some people make it work, but I don't trust them. I don't trust them. And sure enough, her friends have been regaling her about how he treats you like a queen. And y'all have the perfect marriage. I said, this shit got cracks in it. And it just ain't cracked yet. And sure enough, come to find out, he the ringleader. You the team captain. You're picking a woman up, taking her in the hotel room, picking up, slapping her on the ass, and that ain't your wife, boo. And there it is in black and white. Oh, he a dog, he a dog, he a dog. Hey, he a dog, he a dog. Where I get that from? Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Child, baby, please. So Pops is in the hospital. He can't talk. He had a stroke. And I'm up here crying like a damn baby. And shout out to Miss Valdez for taking Blue in. That's a good teacher. That's a sign of a good teacher. So meanwhile, Charley all up here. Whoa, it's me, my husband. Oh, we're so perfect. Mama, get up. Leave me alone. He didn't tell. I guess eventually, some kind of way, was able to tell his mom, look, Grandpa, Aunt Vi been trying to call us. She done called us on Skype, the iPhone, everything. She said, you better get your ass home. That's what she said. Get your ass home by tomorrow. Because something wrong with your daddy. Paw, something wrong with him. So I guess some kind of way, when they get ready to leave, honey, it was a whole big orchestrated thing. I said, I need that in my life. I mean, she was all covered up, but them bodyguards were watching their cars. They were leaving, honey. So she gonna get on home to try to see about her daddy, okay? Ralph Angel has a conflict. He's not sure what to do. Apparently this woman that is Blue's mother must have been is a recovering addict, drug addict. And, she's trying to get her life on the straight and narrow. She's like, and he called her, but then he hung up. Then she found out where he was. She showed up in the parking lot of the hospital. And he's like, my daddy in there, he can't talk right, he can't move right. And you up here. I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. Whatever you did to this little boy, I hope you can make amends for it. Because Ralph Angel sexy ass ain't trying to hear nothing you have to say, girl. Okay, not about his son. No, you better put your own. Yeah, Mr. West doesn't look all that cute anymore. He kind of looks like a perv now to me, since we now know he a hoe too. I love Auntie Vi's man. I didn't realize that I don't think that they're married. I guess they're just dating, and that Hollywood is a little younger than Auntie Vi, because there was a revelation tonight about that, but I'll get to that. Um, I think she had to. I think that in this episode, Blue's mom probably didn't get fired, but she probably had to work those hours. Like, he probably wasn't going to let her off until her shift was really over. And so she came when she could. So, anyway, Nova turns out not only is she cheating in the next room. She's a very gifted writer, reporter, root worker, voodoo priestess. I don't know what you want to call it. She also be slanging dope out the flower pot on the front stoop. Good stuff. Herb. Just keeping it herbal, keeping it herbal. It grows from the earth. It just blow. You just smoke it that way. Come to find out, she hanging out with a cop and slanging dope. I said, girl, you are brave. But I see right now, after seeing both episodes, he is hooked on that brown sugar. He wants some of that brown sugar. Hey, and it's chocolate. Shout out to Sora Ava DuVernay for bringing this wonderful film, this book to life, and for Cousin Oprah letting us have this show. Cousin Oprah, you doing the damn thing. Girl, you need to holler at me. You really do, because I think I could do some things on the own network too. Can I have a talk show? I think I'd be good at that. Anywho, but I like Hollywood. He's there for Auntie Vi. His homeboy came by. Pop's homeboy came by to drop some bombs on. First of all, ain't no crops on this farm that he got. Apparently he had been working some job, and the job was hard. We know he opened up, he was a janitor. And I said, well, damn, he worked himself to death. But you had a daughter that was offering help, and you wouldn't take it. I don't know why some old people got to be so stuck in their ways. One of the things I don't like, let me tell y'all something. When you are out here in the world, especially you pro football players, pro athletes, and you out here doing stuff, you say you love your family and your kids. Why are you doing it? Did you not think about the repercussions? Did you not think that reporters would show up in times of tragedy? This woman's daddy is dying and being harassed by the damn press. You got to think about it. It's more than just you. So when Charley gets to the hospital, it's too late. It's too late. Daddy gone. But she tried, and she didn't get there. And her sister Nova, and they all hug, and so now it's just time to get ready for the funeral. And this is in episode 2, which is called Evergreen. Evergreen, I feel really bad for Charley in this episode because, number one, her marriage is stained. She's been apparently gone away from home for so long until her siblings pretty much have just cut her out of all activities. It's like, we really don't want to be bothered with you. We don't want your contributions. We can do everything ourselves. I also put 2 and 2 together and realized that I don't know if Ralph Angel and Nova share the same mother, or if they all have different mothers, because there was a bouquet of flowers sent to the house, and they said, oh, it's from your mother, Charley. And Charley is also Charlotte, is actually, but they call her Charley. But she's going to fix it. She's determined to fix it. She's like, I didn't get here on time, but I'm going to make this work for my daddy. I love my daddy. And there's no doubt that she didn't love her dad. I can tell you that. The cop wants to know why Nova didn't tell him about what was going on, because he want to be at the funeral. And she like, you can't be at the funeral. Because, when that's another thing. When the episode closed out for episode 1, that's when we found out the cop was married. I said, isn't this stereotypical, especially down south? So you got your little black, beautiful mistress down, beautiful mistress down in the bottoms. And then you got your white family up in the big house, and just like it ain't no thing. You the family man, but you a hoe. Okay? So I don't know what's up with that. I want to know more what's up with the story with Nova and the cop. I don't even know what his name is. He fine though, but I just think it's wrong. So it's that setup, that old kind of plantation thing going on. That I was like, girl, get out of that. But she a root worker. Shit. Mr. Ernest ain't been dead to the bed for 24 hours before the vultures start coming. That's another thing down south we always got to watch out for. The man will come because he knows you have something valuable and he wants it. So the vulture, Sam Landry, comes and, talking about selling the land. For what? This is ours. And I'm just like, okay, well, whatever. Then Nova turns out, she's a news reporter, gets called down to her job. Her boss talking about, yo, ain't your sister Charley West and Davis and your brother-in-law David? Can you get a story for us like that? She was like, since when are we like a gossip paper? No, you know what, partner? Let me tell you something. Stop wasting my time and my gas. That's my family business. Get your information just like everybody else. Well, talking about, can you at least get the rape victim's name? Really? I'm telling you, there is no chill. Opportunistic parasites, as soon as death comes, that's what happens. And I sure hope that this reading of the will is legit, because, oh, Lord Jesus. Ralph Angel don't want the baby to go to the funeral and pay his last respects to Pop Pop. He trying, bless his heart. It's on struggle. We saw in this episode again, Charley is like the odd man out. He's trying to keep, I guess his son must have a thing for a doll or something. He wouldn't let him take it to school, and he tried to get the teacher to watch him, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't watch him. But you can tell that there's a chemistry between him and Blue's teacher, so just watch out for that. I think they're going to hook up. Mr. Remy Newell, a fellow Mason of Mr. Ernest. Yes, that is Dondre Whitfield, Sally Richardson Whitfield's husband, honey. He is in here, and he appears in episode 2. And Charley's heart skipped a beat when she saw him. She was like, yes, a smaller, more humble version of Mr. West. How you doing, boo? So I guess Mr. Ernest, her dad, was kind of a mentor to him. So, she found out some things, like there's a lot of things going on with this property in her dad's estate that she didn't know. He was just in a lot of debt. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all out there suffering in debt, don't be silent about it. You just can't, you never know if you speak up. Be careful who you speak up to, but just let people know, hey, I'm hurting. You never know who could help you, especially your family, and especially close friends. Lord, this whole funeral home debacle, Lord. So Nova up there like, we ain't paying for this. $9,000, that's all we got. But then Charley like, I got this. I got my American Express, Platinum, Titanium, let me pay. And then Ralph Angel broke ass trying to pay. I was like, Lord, please don't go robbing another damn convenience store, Ralph Angel. We don't need that shit. Y'all, you just fresh out of prison. You ain't got no job, and we still trying to figure out where you getting money from. Now, the TV audience know your ass stole it. Your family don't. Okay. So then the root worker sister, they finally settled on that. They decide that the two sisters are going to pay half, and Ralph Angel talking about he got some money coming up. I was like, where you getting a check from? The state, Social Security, SSI? What you getting? Because I'm trying to figure out where this coming from. I mean, do you have a personal injury claim? Because, I don't know. Somebody owe you some money from back in the day. Well, you slanging more than just sugar cane. What's going on? And Blue, once again, stole the show. So his big cousin Micah and him are playing together, and then the phone rings. He said, ooh, it says, Dad, you better answer it. I said, he might be little, but he know how to read, okay? He's a little sharpshooter. So he answers it. Micah really don't want to talk to his daddy, and he lets it slip. Oh, yeah, Grandpa died. Oh, so y'all are down in St. Josephine. Of course, he gonna get on a plane and show up. Charley and Nova have a very sisterly moment going out to buy things in preparation for the repast. Um, and it's very obvious that Charley is kind of out of touch with things. Like, she didn't understand why the crabs on the side of the road was alive, because apparently since she been in LA, she eating down, been eaten down to the crustacean where it just comes on the plate dead already. Um, so she don't remember nothing. I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I have always held on to, sugars, is my southern roots. I was born in Mississippi and raised for a time there. And I shall never forget. I had a cane pole I used to go fishing with. I didn't have no rod and reel. I had a cane pole. We would go, it was bricks on the walkway of my Aunt Betty's, in front of my Aunt Betty's trailer, and we would dig them out and go fishing in a Maxwell. It would always be in a blue Maxwell coffee can, and we would put dirt and put the worms in there and then go fishing. It was awesome. I had an amazing childhood, by the way. So I did ask a question on Twitter. I said, do you guys think that Charley is just, are they being protective of Charley? Or do they just feel like she's out of touch and that she really ain't part of this? Okay. And I really feel like they should cut her some slack, because what they don't know is that the sister did make a concerted effort to help their father. Yeah, ridiculous. All that pride about money, he don't have to prove what to your rich sister. What? I mean, what is he going to prove? Girl, I've been watching Dondre since all my children. You know what? I actually hung out with them a few months ago. Maybe back in February. There was a nonprofit that my job sponsors, and they were there. Really didn't talk to them too much. But actually, who did I spend my time talking to? It's another actor that I'm kind of close to. He's kind of a mentor to me. Mr. Evans. He used to be a comedian, and he still acts and stuff. As a matter of fact, he's still producing movies too. But nice couple, very nice people. I can say that. Auntie Vi's having second thoughts, revelations. She's brokenhearted because, Ralph Angel is back. And I guess, her and her brother and her boyfriend had been raising Blue up until he got out. And she also told him, if you want to have kids, Hollywood, now is the time to get out. Because she's like, I'm going to be all alone. Everybody going to leave me. He's like, I'm still here. So, but in the previews for next episode, somebody been lying. So I don't know if Hollywood was stepping out and procreating or what, but we going to find out. So that's neither here nor there. One of my Twitter followers said, Delisha said, I think they feel that she's out of touch with Charley because she's been away so long and that she has money. I think the scene of the night, the dramatic scene of the night, is when Davis West showed up at that gym with his son. Then the mama showed up and she was like, oh, hell no, get away from my baby. You no count, no good, cheating ass, raping her. Okay, I'm sorry. He started talking about this ring and how when his son was born, this ring means everything to him because of the birth of his son, and Mr. Ernest was there. And mama creep around talking about you just couldn't stay away. You just had to figure out some way to come up here. And then finally she said, at some point you have to realize it's not about you. And then he's talking about, but I'm not leaving without my son. And he was like, what? He was like, I need you. He was like, but I don't need you. Boop. Baby, you thought you had a daddy's boy. They gonna always go to their mama, honey. That's his mama. You hurt his mama. He's a mama's boy. Another touching scene. Once again, Blue is stealing all of the thunder for everyone. I absolutely love this little boy. He's so adorable. He reminds me of some of my babies that I work with at church in the tutoring ministry. His dad is cutting his hair. Oh my God, that man is so beautiful. That chocolate skin. Oof. Shining. Anyway, he's like, Daddy, I want to get a haircut too. I was like, oh, he wants a haircut too. And then Auntie Vi was like, by the time you shaped his head up, I was like, there was nothing wrong with his hair. That little boy is cute. Because he said he wanted to look good for his mama. And that's when I kind of felt a stab in my heart, because I remember those days. Not my mother. But he knows he did it. Hell, I can talk about it. This is therapy for me. My father, when I was little and I lived in Mississippi, I would often want to see my dad, and he would say he was coming. And my Aunt Betty would comb my hair and get me dressed up, and I would be all pretty. And I would be waiting for my dad sitting on the back of my Aunt Betty's Chevelle. I think it was a Chevelle she had then. No, she had an Impala, old school Impala. And sometimes he just would never come and would never call. And I would sit out there until it got dark. Yeah. So I know how that baby feels. He was waiting for his mama, and his mama did everything she could to get there, but had that asshole boss. You stay until you know. She was like, but I gotta go get my son. I was like, girl, y'all should be in California, because Lord knows, in California, that shit don't fly. It's called kinder care law here, okay? If you gotta go get your child, you can leave your job and go get your child, okay? That's the law. Come on, Napoleon and Cole in Louisiana. Get into it, baby. And then he was in all that white. Go ahead, Ralph Angel, and all that white, all with that chocolate glistening. Oh, yes. Okay, let me stop, because then here come Mr. West, slut, his disgusting ass, coming in the church house. I said church should have fell in on your old cheating ass. That probably ain't the first time, and it won't be the last if she take his sorry ass back, but whatever. He gonna show up at the church, and that was a dramatic scene. You know, he was like, he was my family too. I love Mr. Ernest. And I was like, oh, Lord. I don't know. What do y'all think that Charley should do? Should she take him back, or should she just leave his ass in the dust and take half, unless they had a prenup? Because if they got married in California or any state that's community property related, she going to get half down the middle, plus probably child support too. Because that boy ain't going to want to be with him, and he old enough to tell the court he don't want to be with him. Blue's mama makes it to the funeral in the middle of it, and whatchamacallit was ready to go off, but Hollywood said now is not the time. My thing is, she came. And the question posed earlier by my friend Diva was, do you think that she left her job, or did she just, finish her shift and showed up as soon as she can? And baby, the cop was there for Miss Nova, chilling in the cut, although he stuck out like a sore thumb, honey. Although he could always claim he's Creole, Lord knows my other daddy, as I call him, my best friend's dad, he sure could pass for a white man. But he's black, Creole, but black. And then during the funeral, I was sitting up there crying like a damn baby, like somebody in my family done died. That's why it took me a minute to get on here, because I had to clean my face up. I was just a hot ass mess. But I think that's it. I think this is going to be a good show. The first 2 episodes kind of laid the foundation, but the drama is getting ready to hop off. I noticed when they were doing the previews for what all is coming up, they said something about this land has been sold and bought over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, what are they talking about? But it's the South, so you never know what could be going on. So let's stay tuned and let's watch it. I'm gonna give it a chance. I still need to review Atlanta. That's been kind of slow and go for me. It looks like it has potential to be really good. I just need to sit down, because right now I'm trying to do some things to get my life on track. Trying to find me another adjunct teaching position. Because with the way these colleges, these for-profit colleges are coming back, who's to say that I'm going to be teaching in November? So, glad I wasn't at ITT, because I was so thinking about putting an application in there. So, I think that's all I've got. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me what you think. Are you here for Queen Sugar? Are you not? Again, shout out to my soror, Ava DuVernay, doing the damn thing in Hollywood. She is a woman in demand, not to mention she has had a Barbie doll made after her too. You gone, girl. And shout out to cousin Oprah. Y'all know I call Oprah my cousin, because we were both born in Mississippi. I feel as though we are kindred spirits. Anyways, that's all I have. Diva, thanks for hanging with me. My other fellow Diva, y'all get ready. Diva and I gonna do some things. Once I get some money together, we're going to try to execute some things because we're tall, we're beautiful, we're gifted, we're creative, and we've got a lot to say. And so look out, because one day something going to pop up. I don't know if it's going to be a podcast or a web series. I don't know, but we're going to make something happen. So shout out to my sister from another, Samantha Rodriguez, Brooklyn. What? Anyways, good night, everyone. That's been my discussion, review, analysis of Queen Sugar. And I will see you all next week for another live review and discussion. Have a beautiful night. And remember, no matter what you do in life, let God guide your feet out here on these streets. Okay? Good night.